Hello. We're going to go ahead and do a short flight from E16 to KRHV, so from South County to Reed Hillview in our Baron here. We are going to be departing on 3-2, flying straight in for 3-1. And we'll go ahead and get going. Fuel pumps for takeoff. $60, $80, rotate. Positive rate, tap the brakes, gear up. Exiting the wide arc, we're going to put flaps up, we'll climb at 1,000 feet per minute. It's a good speed. And we're on our way. I'm interested to see how the scenery is going to be with the new flight simulator when I make this exact flight. As you can see, everything is just plain, just looks like a desert with trees, nothing's really here. It's pretty boring. I'm really excited to see what they're going to do with the scenery, with the aircraft. I mean, I'm really excited for this new game to come out. Climbing way too fast. Start to turn left just a little bit, just to follow the freeway. I have about 6,000 hours in this game, flying pretty much every single aircraft. Less so on helicopters, and a lot more on actual aircraft. And most of my time is not spent just cross-country on autopilot. A lot of my time is actually spent flying around to multiple different airports around California. I've gone to Alaska a few times and Hawaii, where I've flown the entire flight, but it's not too often. It'll be really interesting to see if they're going to render all the buildings. I see the roads are here, but I'm really excited to see the new scenery with FX2020. FS2020. Go ahead and start turning the line up for 3-1. Right over that ridge, if you kind of aim right here, you'll kind of line up well with the airport. If you were flying this for real, around maybe a little bit closer, you'd tune into the ATIS, so you get the information right around here and contact them once you reach that mountain. Yeah, just even the wings detail, I mean, it's just very... it just looks bad now looking at the 2020 game. Just like that's the leading edge with the de-ice boot, and it just looks horrible. And of course, because we're in this game, we have laser vision. So there's KRHV that we're going to be landing at. Okay, maybe a little bit to the left. We'll turn right a bit. Whoa, too far. There we go. We'll go ahead and fly it just a straight-in approach, 3-1 right. And I'll make this exact same flight with the new Flight Simulator 2020, so we can directly compare visuals with the same plane as well. I'll be flying the Baron to see you know, try to have it apples to apples, fly the same flight pattern, everything. So right about now is when you would contact Reed Hillview Tower to let them know your intentions, because we're going to be entering their Class D airspace. This city on the left here is San Jose, downtown San Jose. I'm really excited to see what they're going to do for that. I mean, just all of these, this is all a very developed area all the way up to San Francisco, which is way up there. And I'm really excited to see the scenery, especially with the high detailed airport of San Francisco, because I bought the Premier version. So we're going to go ahead and start reducing our speed here. We don't need to be going as fast. Getting that little gear up indication saying that our throttle is below a certain percent, so it's a warning system with the aircraft saying, hey, your gear's up and your power's down. It's one of the warning lights. You can also get the gear up indication if you have full flaps where your gear is up, as well as power. We're close enough, and then we'll put the gear down. That warning will go away. We are pretty high. I believe you can put the approach flaps in before that wide arc, so that's what we'll do. We'll go ahead and descend. If this was real life, we would already be way too high. But because this is a simulator, we'll make it work. We'll be even lower. We'll dive the plane down. There we go. Get a little bit closer. We'll just put full flaps outside the wide arc, because it's not going to damage anything. We're still going pretty fast. I should have pulled back the power earlier, but we will be just fine. A little bit to the right. There we go. And now we're lined up. Speed's coming in. Reduce our descent. There we go. We will land right after the 3-1. Begin our flare. And there's a plane in front of us. There's our touchdown. We'll put on the brakes. Go, let us coast up. And we'll exit on Delta. And at this point in real life, you would cross the whole short lines completely. And you come to a complete stop. You can clean up the plane while you're here. And then you'd contact ground for taxi instructions. Well, thanks for joining me on this flight. I'll recreate this flight on Flight Simulator 2020, and we'll compare the details the next time I do the specific flight. Thank you.